what to expect for this week crypto market outlook. And of course, a lot of happenings later, especially on the FOMC meeting, final last meeting for Jerome Powell, where he talks. But before that, I think there are a lot of things that we can go to look into, especially about liquidations, 100 million liquidations, 300 million. Where are these things gone? Where are the liquidation gone? Why is the price still remains the same? Still fail to break past 50,000 level. Okay, and of course, we are looking at this current sentiment right now. Okay, all right, currently every coin is currently flat. Okay, not to mention about alt as well, everything is going downhill. Sentiment is absolutely bearish, fear. Okay, it's everywhere. Look at the stock market as well. Again, all-time high, but crypto is still lagging behind, right? Still barely catching a break before even breaking 80,000. Still finding strength to actually break, but unfortunately, is still struggling. So, should we see a bull run before a massive financial crisis? This is by some expert analysts here. Okay, right? Okay, so yeah, I think overall you can see this is the setup. I think what's happening here with the news, right? So yeah, I think a lot of things to talk about. Okay, about the setup for price. Okay, about the one as well. Okay, but nonetheless, I think there are a lot of things that we can forward besides this, because I think if you look at the stock market as well. Okay, already at the all-time high. Okay, and what about other asset class? Okay, besides crypto, we see all also spiking, right? $104 per moment. So where does this lead to? More uncertainty. Okay, I think pressure is going to pile more on crypto as well. Okay, and of course, retail again, like I said, it's not here to buy your alts or whatever it is. Okay, we can see all the alts are already down. Okay, we can see most of the setup, it is already bearish, right? If you're still holding your alts, okay, if you fast forward from the last two cycles or last cycle that you bought till now, what is happening right now? Okay, what is really happening right now? So you gotta really take note. Okay, about all this setup here. Okay, that is happening right now. Okay, and then moving on next. Okay, talking about the Bitcoin dominance. So again, I mentioned, if you were to watch, the dominance also plays an important part in this time. A lot of people are expecting altcoin season, right? This is the alt season that's happening right now, right? So yeah, where is the alt season? Look, your alts are already down 20%. Some are 95, 99%. Yet still holding. I already told you guys to sell, yet you still want to hold. So I don't understand what is wrong with you guys. Last cycle, you already been a back holder. Then this cycle again back holder. So when are you going to learn? Right? Your render is still holding. I told you already a few weeks, yet you still want to hold. Then it still beats against BTC. Right? You're already in a profit, yet you still don't want to sell. Right? So many, again, same mentality, same mindset. Okay. So now what happened? Bitcoin dominance explode. Okay. It is already expected during this bear market. And then where is alt season hopes for 2026? So every time you go to Twitter, you're going to see all those influencers, they are mentioning, oh, alt season is coming. Prepare your bags. And then what happened? Nothing happens. Instead, alts continue to bleed even more. Right? So yeah, if you're holding your alts, okay, whatever, top 10, outside of top 20, besides hyperliquid, all right, you can see most of it are already down 90%. Okay, so dominance broke above 60,000, 60% this week. Okay, but ending an 8-month accumulation pace and targeting 66% cycle 5 from June to June. So what is it going to happen for ETH against Bitcoin? So definitely ETH is going to weaken against BTC for this quarter as well, right? Then looking at the altcoin season index sits at 37. So together, this signal suggests an alt season will not arrive before the end of 2026. which is what is really happening right now. Everything is look so dead and bullish, right? So again, you gotta look at your portfolio. Okay, is your alt in the green zone? Is it above your entry price or is it below? Because I think majority of you guys are holding probably below than your entry price, probably 90 to 95% down. You're hoping for a miracle for your alts to deliver, right, for the next cycle. So there's the thing about sunk cost fallacy I'm mentioning many times. Why do you want to bury your bets, right? Despite knowingly you know that the bear market is over here, you should start to convert it into stables, prepare for the second half of this year to accumulate, get more dry powder. Okay, and then Bitcoin dominance weekly, daily charts confirm a clean breakout here. See what's happening now. Look at that. Before the accumulation, Bitcoin dominance respected both the ascending channel and its midline for more than 2 years. All right, so underlying structure remains bullish. Okay, so yeah, you can see here since August 2025 to April 2026, there have been a long-ranging accumulation here for the dominance for BTC. Now finally starting to take off. See what's happening now. So this also happens during the bear market. Every time bear market, all eyes only for BTC. That is what people are focusing first for the crypto market. Bitcoin dominance. See how the dominance will start. Okay, right. So this is more detail here. August 2025 to April 2026. Okay, accumulation zone finally break. So this will be the next resistance at 61%. Okay, now if BTC chart keeps oxygen hope alive, but there is a caveat here, right? So if we look at the weekly chart, there is a descending channel, something like this, descending. So it's like waiting for a huge break. That's the only thing right now that we are waiting for this. That is the caveat right now. Right? His own framing contains a caveat that sinks the bullish case. Altcoins historically need BTC at fresh highs before they dip. But at this moment, are we getting any fresh high for BTC? Highly doubt so, right? Okay, so BTC is trading well below the cycle peak. So where does this go for Ethereum is Bitcoin chart? Okay, so it's going to remain stuck and stagnant there. And probably you might find a new low or probably even retest all these lows here. Okay. All right, so your altcoin season, okay, is not going to come. Okay, even though if the alts are rallying, these are just short-term relief rally result, right? Okay, we are seeing hyperliquid, Pengu. These are the only tokens that are rallying. How many of the tokens are actually doing the same like hyperliquid? Not many. Maybe 1 or 2, right? So yeah, these are the alt season that what most influencers are mentioning, right? It's coming, right? But actually what happens? Nothing happens. Okay, so you have to really safeguard. Never ever listen to all those influencers. Watch what they do, not what they see, right? So anybody can talk about it, but what do they do behind the scene? So they can say there's altcoin season in front of you. Behind the scene, they can probably dump or looking for exit liquidity, right? They dump on you. So that's what they are trying to do also. Those irresponsible influencers. Okay, so you have to take note. And then moving on. Okay, so talk about the liquidations, 100 million liquidations. Okay, so BTC faces volatility. Okay, huge liquidation is happening right now. Okay, 100 million in leverage longs wiped out in sudden BTC drops. So all those people who are in the leverage position, total wiped out. So that's the thing about leverage trading. Never ever go into leverage. You're not a professional trader. The best is to just buy, hold, spot and trade. Okay, so Bitcoin once again in a volatile phase. Okay, right, during the slowdown. Then again, more uncertainty. Okay, then providing mixed Bitcoin price prediction pattern. So yeah, you can see here, Bitcoin's sudden drop explained structural downside driven by leverage liquidations. Weekend market structure played a key role with reduced participation from institutions and liquidity providers. So what does it tell you? During weekend, it is only about retail. Retail is the one that is driving the market, right? Institutions, LP, liquidity provider order book, okay, they are only active during Monday to Friday. So what does it tell you? Only weekends, especially weekends here, you have to take note. Whenever the price pumps, it is usually driven by retail. It's not by institution. So there you go. Okay, this is your answer about your Bitcoin price prediction. Okay, where does it go, and then why does liquidation event happens every time this, especially during the weekend. These are the answers for you. So more than 100 million in leverage bets were wiped out across major platforms. Right? Within an hour, the Bitcoin price stayed from 78 to 77, below 77. Okay? These are the things you have to really take note, especially on the weekend. Okay, weekend, if you see market pump, you know it's driven by retail. Okay, so you have to understand that. Okay, so where does the price going next? That is the most important thing. Okay? So RD chart, right? A key indicator of market sentiment, okay, is a percentage realized cap. Specifically, the supply held by those who bought BTC, okay, within the last month. So this metric reveals how much of the network total value is held by short-term interests versus long-term investors. Then what happened is that the indicator has fallen below 7% mark, a historically significant level. This percentage is this low, confirms that the market is quiet and retail interest has largely evaporated, which means lack of interest. Interest is not there to actually support. So there you go. These are all your answers. Okay, why the market is still bearish, why the sentiment is still at a fear level. Okay, conviction is not there. The clarity is not there for retail to actually compete. Okay, so it's between the OGs and the institutions right now actually buying. Michael Saylor been shitting a lot. STRC as well. We're going to go on that later on as well. Okay, so yeah, this is your answer. And then next, okay, talking about the FOMC. So I'm going to talk about the FOMC as well. Okay, so the most important event of this week is happening around 2 a.m. our time. So roughly about less than 4 hours. Right, so expected is the rate cut, most likely to maintain. Okay, right, maintaining of rate cut, so there's no increasing or cutting of rates. Okay, right, already stabilized. So the only thing is that what will Powell will be mentioning or will be giving out his speech. Will it be hawkish or bullish? That is the most important thing. Okay, right, okay. His speech is the most important thing. Now, if he is going to be hawkish, which is highly expected, then of course, most likely market will tank again compared to the last FOMC meeting. We've seen all the historical meeting for FOMC. Every time when Jerome Powell finishes his speech, the sentiment again becomes bearish. And then price starts to go down as well. And we look at the stock market as well, I think this is going to take a huge contagion to actually bring down. So you have to be very, very careful if you're trading in the stock market as well. Holding any shares, especially at this all-time high, might want to take profits or secure some stables or USD, whichever it is, right, to prepare for the next move. So job market is still weak. Inflation has started to run hot, okay, due to the war. Okay. Looking at the oil price also continue to rally. I think this is going to continue. And then what else? Consumer price index went to a 2-year high, almost a 2-year high. Okay, while core consumer price index also moving up. This is not good. Okay, right? So this could definitely make the Fed a bit hawkish, which is already expected. I also expected that. So later at 2 a.m., most likely Jerome Powell will be hawkish as well, probably due to political agenda as well. Because I think we've seen Trump has been hinting move for Jerome Powell, right? Wanting him to go because he has been very late in terms of cutting the interest rate. So that could be a revenge move. Probably Jerome Powell might, be more hawkish than before. That could be his one last final meeting, right? So let me be very careful. And then given that all prices are still going up, we could increase the chances of high inflation. So these are all the downside, actually. Very, very hawkish. Okay. Then another reason for this FOMC is that this could be the last one for Jerome Powell, which is kind of true. Today is the last one because 15th of May he will be leaving. Okay, if that's the case, if there's anything that is intervening his move, probably there could be another political move as well. Because I think Kevin Walsh will be facing him. That is the likely candidate. Okay, so let's see how this thing is going to play out later on. I think this could be a very hawkish move. So price also is heading down, having a breather right now. So we're going to see how much more later the price continue to tank. Okay, for the FOMC. Okay, and then next, talking more about the bear market sentiment. So you can see like BTC is clearly breaking the cost basis of recent investors option key. Next retest, that's the next retest. So Willie Wu is one of the OG for Bitcoiners. So he only gave about 30% chance, okay, on this attempt to actually break the 79K. Now, after that, if BTC managed to hold this level, this price level of 65K, and not break down, then the chance of a structural bottom increases significantly, which I also agree. Right? BTC is currently attempting a bottom, but all the pieces are not yet in place, right? Which could take about 3 to 6 weeks, will be telling. So, yeah, if the BTC price starts to drop again, and if you were to test somewhere around the 60K-ish level, maybe 60K, 65. Now, if you're able to maintain that for a very long time, maybe a month or two, I think that could be a huge momentum shift. Or probably if the price can be able to consolidate at that range, 60K range, then I would say probably we should see a ranging bottom or accumulation phase bottom. And most likely I'll be looking forward to accumulate from that range. Okay, if that's ever to happen. Okay, so we're gonna wait and see the next 3 to 6 weeks. Okay, so roughly about 1 or 2 there. We're gonna see how the market is going to play. For now, it's better to just hodl your stables and wait for the market to come to you rather than you chase the market. That is the game here that we play. We think a waiting game, a patient game here rather than playing damage. Next. Okay. So it's all about the borrowing market. What to expect, right, for this whole year. We're already in Q2 now. Okay. And then look at the Bitcoin native currently struggling at the exact place you would expect it to reject the bear market. Meanwhile, stock is going higher to a new all-time high. Now there you go, Michael Saylor, right? Right, what happened? Many people's bull thesis, okay, lies on the beat of Saylor, which is what the STRC, right? The 11%, right? Which has been buying and buying non-stop, gathering public funds, then convertible shares of the micro strategy in order to buy more. What happened is that, which is a bit of a weak thesis for true bear market, in my opinion, which I also agree. Right? I told you guys to watch STRC. Okay, this is reminding the Luna vibes. Okay, what happened to Terra Luna? In shilling on their 20% anchor protocol per annum, very similar. Promoting on public, same like Saylor's company as well. Aggressive marketing. Right? Again, people ask me, should I put into STRC? Right? But they already know that they already put in, but still ask my opinion. So what does that tell you? These people never learn. You guys from the Terra Luna investor, you have already invested before in Terra Luna. You already got your hands burned. Yet you still want to put in the same thing. And then still want to justify, oh, Saylor is a CEO. How can he afford to make this kind of mistake? Right? How can that be? So that's the thing that I already tell you guys. A lot of this kind of CEO, in front of you, they will portray to be a good guy, good actor. But you don't know the backdoor plan. What is their backdoor plan? They will never tell you, right? They can engineer a collapse that already prepared. You don't even know what's going to happen. So real sellers are still matching Saylor's huge level of buying. 2.5 billion didn't materially accelerate price. Okay. So what does that tell you? Any real period of correlated market will stick Saylor out of the game as well. Right? Saylor can't beat the specific environment that produce global markets. So no use of Michael Saylor. Keep buying. Right? Then you go and stake your BTC for STRC 11%, thinking that you will do well. Okay, it's going to be a huge risk, I can tell you that. Okay, so regardless of whether we go higher or here, still quite possible to extend into the 80s. Probably still possible by the look of it. Let's see. What is the FOMC later on? Okay, But if it's going to be a hawkish statement, sorry about that. I don't think it's going to go 80 as well. Okay, all depending on Jerome Powell's speech later. And a hawkish speech will definitely tank price. Okay, so DCA is still the way, of course. Anything below 70K is mega value. So likewise, 60K, okay, if it still comes back and maintain at 60K, okay, like what this guy also mentioned, best case of a double bottom around 60K level, yeah, probably might want to consider adding some position for Bitcoin exposure. That is where we want to start to go. Okay, so that is the thing here. Then what's happening now? Okay, calling talks crypto. Okay, backtest of downward sloping trend line. So I think we'll get a little more juice out of this rally before it tests the 60K. Okay. So if you can see here, I think this guy also quite good in terms of adapting to the current market cycle. Right, this is a bearish flag pattern, similar style also compared to this one. Okay, so now it's still within this range inside the bear flag pattern. Still did not break, right? So it is BTX level support. So for now, it's still within inside this range, this bear flag pattern. So it's highly likely rejection point as their convergence of what? Okay, number one is what? Overhead resistance level, which is the gray rectangle here. The 80 to 85K. Even Garrett Soloway also mentioned around 80 to 85K. But every time if someone mentioned that particular price, 80 to 85K, usually the market tend to, reverse or probably don't even go there, right? So same thing like, I think this one, he says that it's going to go to what, 100K. Barely even touch 100. And then return down again, right? So every time when someone mentioned around the 80K-ish, 5, always lower down the expectation. This is the thing now. Now it's already below. 200-day moving average, blue line. Where is it? This one here. Blue line is below. And then the upper range of the channel, yellow line, is this one. Right? This one here. So it is below. This one yellow and then the blue one. And then the rectangle box here are very critical resistance that used to break. Okay, so bear markets get super boring when you get closer to the bottom zone. Right now, the relief rally is keeping hope of assault. Right, so what you're seeing right now is other than that, I don't think it's much worth to it. Even this is a trader's market rather than an investor's market. Okay, so take note, if you're a trader, then yeah, up to you. You want to buy low, sell high, that's entirely up to you. I'm not interested in that. I'm more to investors' market. Whether spot and chill, whether play leverage. If I were to play leverage, is more about airdrops, gaining the volume to get the airdrop to eventually pay off whatever losses I have. That is another strategy. Okay, so I don't leverage trade. I don't buy low, sell high. But I do that only for drop. Okay, so yeah, moving on. Okay, talking about airdrops now. The bear market. So you can see right now for Pharos drop, currently the claim is live. You can be able to start claiming your Pharos airdrop. Okay, so a small amount of gas has been sent to the eligible wallet, so you can start claiming your Pharos. Okay, all right. So I think this is going to be peanuts, not much. Okay, but for those influencers who are marketing this, they'll definitely pay a lot. Okay, and then billions. Not sure how many of you will believe this. Okay, so the claim I think will be opening very very soon. Okay, I think the registration is already closed. So season 1 has been cleared from the portal. Season 2 has already started to. So let's see whether season 1 can be legal. So I'm still waiting for season 1. Okay, we're going to see how much are we going to get for billions. Next year, okay, I'm not sure how many of you guys still doing Rust. So you guys are still doing Rust. Okay, you might want to consider whether you still want to continue with the extension. Probably some of you not even aware, right? Your browser still ongoing, right? You still have the extension there. Okay, so airdrop is not so soon. It doesn't look close as well. Okay, so like I said, during the bear market, many companies reluctant to release that. It's more about building. Okay, building and then collaborating, JV, joint venture to build a system, to build a protocol. and then to prepare for the next phase, which is the new bull market. Right? So that's where retail interest starts to come in. That's when you get huge participation from retail once you transition from the bear to the bull. Okay, so this is it for grass. Then, of course, moving to the coin market cap. So we are about 2.56 trillion. And BTC has spent out 76.6. So earlier this afternoon was what? 77.2, isn't it? So it went up slightly a bit. And then suddenly gets smashed. Okay, down about 3%, now 70s, Ethereum 2.3, Ripple 1.37, BNB 621, Solana 3, the Hyperliquid 39. So now it's already below $40. I don't know, 4 cents, right? So yeah, a lot to take note of. Moving on to the technical side. So the technical side, what do you see here? The technical. The dominance. Okay, so if any question, feel free to put in the chat box, answer it later on. So on the monthly time frame for dominance, right? So we'll be talking about dominance here. Look, now it's trying to close above the middle band. We have roughly about one more day left for the month of April to end. Tomorrow is the last day. So this monthly candle will close above the middle band here at 60.17. I think this will be very bullish for BTC. Then we're going to target probably next level here, top here at 64. Okay, that could be the case. And then look at the weekly time frame. Momentum already. Last week closing as a top, so which is very bullish. Okay, this is a resistance, right? Close above here. Now we're going to see whether can it able to maintain this level of support and continue to challenge this high, this level here, 72.1. If not, we should see BTC dominance to have a pullback first and the middle band before hitting up the top. Daily higher highs, high lows, higher highs, high lows. Consolidation now. So looking set to break higher again. Now look at ETH against Bitcoin. Now this is the one actually. Monday, descending channel. It's waiting for a break actually. But what happened? Rejected again in the middle band. So 1, 2, 3, third month already, still failed to break past the middle band. Okay. So where is next? Here. The support. 002, 528. Okay. So all it needs to do is one, reverse it back up to break past this level. Unfortunately, it doesn't. Look at weekly. See on the middle band what happened? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 weekly candle try to break past the middle band. Rejected. Now going down. So next level is what? Next support. 002, 849. Okay. Look at daily. Look. Momentum sell. Go back. Still rejected at the sell zone here. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a 4th day already. Still getting rejected. So there could be a high chance of a breakdown. Okay, for ETH against BTC next year. So this range come back to retest again. So very, very bearish now for this Bitcoin. Then we look at the USDT dominance. You can see the sentiment right now. What's happening? I already mentioned. Higher highs now creating a higher low. Right? So it is already expected. Last month, reversal candle, red candle. This month, having a pullback. So for USDT dominance, you will create a support here, probably to retest all this level as well. Right? And of course, if we take the Fibonacci from the high to this low here, that will be about what? Here. Golden ratio is here, so about 7%. So for now, what we can see is that I think people now are slowly converting back to stables and most likely to continue to rally again. Because this is an uptrend for USDT dominance. Look at that. Momentum pullback, consolidation. So it's still maintaining this level of support as of now. If it continues to break, you should see 6.7 to 6.2 here. This will be the next level for USDT dominance. Okay. Right. Okay, so overall it's accumulation sideways. I think this is a huge breakout coming in for USDT dominance later on. You can see the movement is slowly starting to break out again. Okay. Now, BTC. Something here. Again, so look at the monthly time frame. Okay, so what's happening now here? The entry sell. It's here. It's 82K. Okay, and then the support is right here, 58.9 for now. Okay, and of course this level also 71.4. Then on weekly, price closed above the middle band. So every candlestick change of direction from sell to buy, it will come back for pullback first. So we're going to look at the pullback. Where is it? Probably 72.6. And of course, probably might also test back this way again, 65. There could be another scenario, 76.5, 60, 65.2. Okay, so these are the range that should be for. Okay, so 72.6, 65.2, right? On this range. Okay, for BTC pullback. And then on daily. Okay, what's happening on daily? Price ranging inside the Bollinger Band. You see squeeze, which means weekly there could be a sell to buy situation. So a pullback is much favorable. So if after FOMC happens, most likely 72 gets retested, 76, and then leading up to 65. That's this. Okay, so you might see all these moving out on. H4, candlestick change of direction also. Sell to buy, back now for the confirmation. So we're going to see all these levels. Can you do 76K? And then of course, this level is up here. 76.5. Okay, so if failure to maintain, you're gonna go into all those zones again. This level here, 75, then leading up to this level here, 73%. Okay, for BTC. Look at ETH 2.3. Again, so price is still down, right? Break below the middle band, pull back. So the entry sell is here, which is around 2.6. The spot zone is here, 1.9. Okay, weekly. Now, compared to BTC, BTC closed above the middle band, but if rejected below, notice that? Okay, if rejected below. So what does that tell you? If it's really weakening against BTC. See, 1, 2, 3, the third week already, still trying to break above. I think most likely this is an ascending channel as well. So it might break down first. Then we'll look at this level, go to test 2179. The 2179 and then the 1.9 again. These are the range. It might come back down to test. Okay, for ETH. Look at daily now. Candlestick change of direction from buy to sell, back to sell. And it's closing inside the Bollinger Band. Look at that. Lack of steam to push up. It's heading down. Okay, for ETH. So all these outs that you are holding, what are you going to do about it? Right? I'm telling you. Okay, look at that. The SUI. Now, already did. Rejected at the sell zone again. Heading down. Look at monthly all-time high. How much? From what? 5.36. All the way down here, 83%. So what does that tell you? And you're still holding. Okay. Never learn. Same mindset, you come in, you invest and then you ride all the way up, all the way down, and here you are again. Right? So you want to have extra dry powder, you don't have. Why? It's because you really held it. Until now, you're still reluctant to let go, right? Hoping for a reversal. Next level, 90 cents. Look at H4. Breaking down again. Rejected at the middle band. 1, 2, 3. 3, 4 hourly candle breaking down. This is a critical support here. Next level, 90 cents again. So there you go. Okay, so what else? A lot. Okay, look at Humanity Protocol. All these are altcoins. So Airdrop, right? What's happening? 18 cents now. This one all creating a short-term relief rally. Humanity Protocol, next level is right here. 20 cents. Okay, the last resistance was here, right? Now trying to turn this level of support. 16 cents. Okay. Next support is here. 0.083. See, daily is momentum. Look at weekly. Weekly still sideways, and this could be a hit left and right shoulder. So most likely 20 cents will be the next target. Look at H4. Higher highs, higher lows, right? Momentum back, breaking higher. So this is the resistance now turn support for Humanity Protocol. So again, how much more can this thing go? That's the thing. All those all these newly launched funds after airdrop. Okay, and then we have Pump.Fund. What happening to Pump.Fund? There you go. All-time high, 0.009. Now, 79% drawdown. Low was at 82%. So what does that tell you? All these memes that have rejected again on the middle band. How many rounds here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 monthly candles getting rejected. So where are the retail? You tell me. Okay. The daily still stuck in this range. So the one here at 0.001706 is ranging there. But is this the accumulation range? That's the thing. Or it could go down some more. Right? So yeah, looking at it, it's looking set to hit lower. This is not a ranging proper sideways accumulation range. It's more like a bearish trend to go down even more. Okay, what else after pump? Then we have AERO. Right, AERO. What happened? So much hype. Right? AERO 47 cents. All-time high how much? 2.3, 0.33. Here, 0.37. Draw down 79%. Those was how much? 7%. So down consolidation, pullback. So looks like AERO is slowly making a comeback, but let's see. The 7 cent will be next. And then we're going to see whether can it able to fall on. Or if not, probably it might drop. Then there's a support zone at 32 cents. Right? So again, all these rallying is just short-term relief rally. I think for this low is how much? For this low to the current high now is how much? Barely even 1x, 77%. Barely even getting 1x from that, from the investment since February, right? Okay. Right, so Pump, AERO. And then what else? Look at APTOS, what happened? It's all dead. 98 cents. So we're still holding this AERO. Shame, really. After all these years into the crypto cycle, yet we are still seeing back in this. Never learn. Right? Still want to marry your bets. Still never learn about sunk cost fallacy. Still reluctant to let go. And this is the price to pay. Look at that. Cost of opportunity, 20.223. Now it's how much? 35% lower. This is the thing, right? It's a very nice W pattern. Then break down. This was the last critical support, 2022. It was like 4 years, almost 4 years. Support broke from 3.5 to 98 cents, more than half. So, wow, tell me, all these projects now, I'm not sure whether they are actively building or they are already abandoned ship. So you have to really consider, right? So I think that's all I have for tonight.